What is going on, you guys? It is Xenclu and welcome back to another top 5 zombies video, and today's video I'm going to be counting down my picks for the top 5 best maps inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. And yes, you're right, there is only 5 maps and this video is kinda stupid, but I'm gonna make it anyway. And just a quick side note before we start, I'm currently recovering from a cold, so I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird in this video. But with that all out of the way, let's get right into the top 5. And coming in at number 5, the worst zombies map on BO6, this is going to be the Tomb, or should I say the AIDS, because everything about this map is AIDS. I don't even know where to begin with this map. You spawn in and you already want to die. The map is so bland and boring, and for some reason the ice staff is just there. I don't even know why or how the fuck the ice staff is just appeared in this map. Yes, I know, technically this map takes place in the same place as Origins, but it's like, why not have all 4 staffs? Why only have the ice staff? And then finally we get to the main reason why I hate this map, the Easter egg, or more specifically the boss fight. Now for some reason we go from fighting the Kraken and the Guardian bosses in Terminus and Citadel to fighting a literal piece of furniture in the Tomb. The Sentinel Artifact boss fight was a massive letdown and was just boss spam for the entire fight. It has one of the stupidest damage phases in the game where, I kid you not, if you don't have a bullet gun, you cannot do damage. This meant that on day 1 when me and my friend were attempting this, I was the only one who could do damage to the piece of furniture. And so we ended up wiping and had to restart. Like, why can't the ray gun do damage? I will never understand why Treyarch continues to do this. And after all that ranting, we finally hit number 4. Coming in at number 4, this is going to be Liberty Balls. Now unlike the Tomb, I don't actually hate Liberty Balls, I just feel like it would be unfair to put this map over the other 3. Now unlike the Tomb, I don't actually hate Liberty Balls, I just feel like it would be unfair to the other 3 maps to put Liberty over them. I feel like due to the Tomb existing, it has harmed Liberty Falls in a lot of ways. This is due to Liberty being a simple casual map, and I feel like it's good for every zombies game to have one of these, but when the game is littered with them, it starts to become a problem, and that's when the distaste starts to generate for these maps. And after the Tomb release, I really just don't want any more simple maps in this game. I would really love for them to release a complicated BO4 map, as I feel like that would be a good dynamic for this game to have. But there is ultimately not a lot to say about Liberty Falls. It's a chilled out casual map, and is for the camo grinders and people who don't really care about zombies all too much. The Easter egg is very simple and doesn't have a boss fight, so for those reasons I can't put it any higher on my list. And coming at number 3, this might be a little bit controversial, but this is going to be Terminus. Terminus for me has been the map that has aged the worst out of any of the maps on Black Ops 6 so far. I find myself avoiding playing it, but I would be lying if I said I didn't have a lot of fun when it first released. The thing that saved this map for me is obviously the boss fight. I remember my first time playing through the Easter egg and getting to the boss fight and had a lot of fun. And for someone who comes from playing Destiny 2, I love all encounters and boss fights. And Terminus' boss fight was a great start to BO6. The thing that I really don't like about this map is the boat and island areas. I think it was cool when it first came out, but ultimately makes the map feel less like Treyarch zombies and more like Warzone zombies for me. And the last thing I want to touch on is high rounding on this map. I really hate BO6 high rounding due to it being mutant injector spam, and I feel like on Terminus is where I feel it the most. Terminus has been my absolute least favourite for high rounding so far in this game. And for all those reasons listed, I'm going to be leaving Terminus at number 3. And coming in at number 2, just barely missing out on the number 1 spot, for me personally, this is going to be Citadel. Now I know this is very controversial, but for me there is one thing that separates this map from my number 1 spot, and that's just how poor the wonder weapons are on this map are. The swords on this map are super weak, and again I wish they could be used for high rounding, but they just can't be in this game. With all the super sprinters, this game was not built for short range melee weapons. And a big thing for me on if I like a map a lot or not can come down to how powerful the wonder weapons are, and this map fails in that department. Another thing I don't like about this map is the map travel. I really wish this map had more than just one fast travel and had stuff similar to the Dryzen Drac Wonder Spheres. And to this day I think they are the best map travel in the history of COD Zombies. But one thing Citadel does really well for me is the Easter egg. I love almost every step of this Easter egg. I love building the swords, I think they are a lot of fun to build, and I love the weapon inspect step. I also feel the need to touch on the Guardian boss fight. This boss fight was super cool, and I often find myself changing my opinion on if I prefer the Guardian boss fight or the Kraken. Although Citadel does so much good, I feel like there is one map that just released that has already done so much better in just such a short amount of time. and I just couldn't put Citadel above it. And coming at number 1, to maybe a little bit of recency bias, this is going to be Shattered Veil. I'll be lying if I said I expected Shattered Veil to be this good, but when I say I haven't loved a map like this on launch since 9 released on BO4, I mean it. I absolutely love the Raygun Mark II and the Wonder Waff on this map, and now I know before anyone says it, the purple and yellow variants of the Raygun Mark II suck. But the blue Wraithfire variant is so good, and the fact I still had a use for it in the round 100 made it so much more fun and made the round 100 way more enjoyable than just mutant injector spam. I don't have to use any mutant injectors at all for the high rounds, and I can just spam the waff the whole time. Now although this map is super good in my eyes, I feel a need to touch on the Easter egg, and more so the figuring out of the Easter egg. This map was super frustrating to figure out on day 1, and there are so many part spawns I don't understand why Treyarch can't just put a prompt on the screen for us to know that there is a part there. Because then the Easter egg race just becomes who can hold interact around the map and get lucky the quickest. But in the end, it's all worth it once you get to the boss fight, and I absolutely love the fact they had a cutscene before the boss. The Xerex boss fight is one of the best ever in COD Zombies, and was fairly challenging I must say, and I love that I don't have to be forced to use a bullet gun, I can actually use the map's wonder weapon to kill the boss. It's almost like when you don't limit my loadout, the map is 1,000 times better. And Treyarch even added a hard mode for the boss fight. After you hit round 100, the boss becomes more aggressive earlier in the fight, and the only thing that is bad about this is I wish they added a calling card or some type of reward for beating the hard mode boss fight. But ultimately, I love Shattered Veil and is by far the best map on BO6, but hopefully they still have one map left that can take that top spot away from Shattered Veil. And that's going to be all I have for you today guys. Again, sorry for my voice, I'm nearly fully recovered but my voice for some reason still sounds fucked. But anyway, let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my list, and let me know what other top 5s you want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one.